Lesson 2.1 Speed and Velocity. Speed is a scalar quantity which refers to how fast an object is moving. Speed can be thought of as the rate at which an object covers distance. A fast-moving object has a high speed and covers a relatively large distance in a short amount of time. A slow-moving object has a low speed and covers a relatively small amount of distance in a short amount of time. An object with no movement at all has a zero speed. As an object moves, it often undergoes changes in speed. Take this for example. During an average trip to school, there are many changes in speed. Rather than the speedometer maintaining a steady reading, its needle constantly moves up and down to reflect the stopping, starting, accelerating, and decelerating. In one instant, the car may be moving at 50 miles per hour, and in another instant, it might be stopped. Yet, during the trip to school, the person might average 32 miles per hour. The average speed during an entire motion can be thought of as the average of all speedometer readings. If the speedometer readings could be collected at 1-second intervals and then averaged together, the average speed could be determined. Now, that would be a lot of work, and fortunately, there is a shortcut. Let us now go to the calculation of average speed and average velocity. The average speed during the course of a motion is often computed using the following formula. Average speed equals distance traveled divided by time of travel, or simply speed equals distance over time. On the other hand, velocity is a vector quantity defined as the rate of change of the displacement vector over time. The average velocity is often computed using the equation average velocity equals delta position divided by time, or simply velocity equals displacement over time. It is important to remember that the average speed and the magnitude of the average velocity may not be equal. Now, let's begin implementing our understanding of these formulas with the following problem. While on vacation, Lisa Carr traveled a total distance of 440 miles. Her trip took 8 hours. What was her average speed? To compute her average speed, we simply divide the distance of travel by the time of travel, or V equals D over T. That will mean 440 miles over 8 hours, which will yield to 55 miles per hour. That was easy. Lisa Carr averaged a speed of 55 miles per hour. She may not have been traveling at a constant speed of 55 miles per hour. She undoubtedly was stopped at some instant in time, and she probably was going 65 miles per hour at other instants in time. Yet, she averaged a speed of 55 miles per hour. The above formula represents a shortcut method of determining the average speed of an object. Average speed versus instantaneous speed. Since a moving object often changes its speed during its motion, it is common to distinguish between the average speed and the instantaneous speed. The distinction is as follows. Instantaneous speed refers to the speed at any given instant in time, while the average speed is the average of all instantaneous speeds found simply by a distance or time ratio. You might think of the instantaneous speed as the speed which the speedometer reads at any given instant in time, and the average speed as the average of all speedometer readings during the course of the trip. Since the task of averaging speedometer readings would be quite complicated, the average speed is more commonly calculated as the distance or time ratio. Moving objects don't always travel with erratic and changing speeds. Occasionally, an object will move at a steady rate with a constant speed. That is, the object will cover the same distance every regular interval of time. Take the following examples below. In conclusion, speed and velocity are kinematic quantities which have distinctly different definitions. Speed, being a scalar quantity, is the rate at which an object covers distance. The average speed is the distance per time ratio. Speed is ignorant of direction. On the other hand, velocity is a vector quantity. It is direction aware. Velocity is the rate at which the position changes. The average velocity is the displacement or position change per time ratio.